no synchronicities in this world. So the power of the pen to actually write it down and see it and visualize it. And I sat there and I said, look at yourself, protect, unconsciously seeking to gain leverage over a situation to control the relationship dynamic. Control. Listen to yourself. You're going back. Now, this is in reflection to how I felt today. I felt anxiety today. And at those moments when you've been leveling up and you've been coming to epiphany after epiphany and you feel a high vibration and you're just going into flow with the things you're doing in life, which is what this avoidant relationship did, man. It brought to the surface everything that needed to be brought. They are your mirror. They were meant to be in your life to show your ass exactly what you needed to see. And then you take that love, that unassigned, powerful love that you were abandoning yourself over to give to them, to pour into closed hands that wasn't available, and you take that and you transmute it into what vision you want. But that vision is going to require, for fulfillment, is going to require you to change your mindset from primal state, protect, unconsciously seeking a way to gain leverage, control. Okay? How are you going to protect? All right, so that's primal. That's low vibration. You can't hold the vision that's of the higher self because that higher self requires your nervous system to match that vibration of what it is you actually want, your vision, your dream, your desire. That's what this is all about for you. It might just be getting a job. It might be attracting another partner that's capable, has the capacity to actually reciprocate the love you're trying to give. I was willing to protect it. So it wasn't to the point where I was completely lacking. I just chose to overlook this person's, I don't want to call them flaws, their patterns and behavior, because I saw potential in them and I fell in love with that future version of themselves, because I have the utmost confidence in this world that people, when given the opportunity to show their courage, will do so. And I pray every day that people in this world that go through those things, me being one of them, that we all find that way eventually. That's what we're here on this earth to do, to learn about who we truly are. And so I write this stuff down and thinking that, okay, instead you're going to have to let go. There's a point where 3 months in, you can let go and you have leveled yourself up to the point where you're operating confidently. Remember, operating and gaining confidence is not the same as building your self-esteem, the value in which you hold yourself. You showed proof that you were able to protect your values with boundaries, whether you set them late or they became kind of like really tough boundaries. You set them and you see what happens. That person disappeared. But you set them, you realize that when you start to use affirmations, your virtues of the Stoic and your meditations, your daily prayers, you're surrendering to that higher vibration, that higher consciousness, that which is God, which is self-love, which is abundance, which is unconditional love. That's where you build your self-esteem and your performance becomes something else. All right, so you're letting go, understanding that you've built the foundation of your values and principles, your self-esteem. All right, and then you can move forward and take those actions towards your goal. That's what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. All right, your avoidance out there, knowing that most likely if you were to go back, what would be required, because there was triangulation in the relationship with a past partner that they had that they lied to me about, okay? They had a sexual relationship with, let's say, and they probably went back because that person was in the equation the entire time anyway. That having some kind of reunion with that person and to have a conversation that might have intimacy or feelings involved would completely require, on my end, some kind of level of trust, which means that person would have to be completely transparent in ways that they would never be able to satisfy. Because I have too much self-love, self-respect, and self-dignity. I can't go back to that. right? And so essentially that would lower my vibration, and I would be falling right back into primal state to where I'd be hearing things that are really none of my concern at this point. What's done is done. And we have to be grateful for the opportunity, because then you find yourself in resentment and anger, and we don't like to do that. That's not what we're about, man. We love each other, and you're supposed to be grateful. Yeah, I say supposed to be. We be grateful. We be grateful. And we match our ability, our vision with our frequency and nervous system. Match those things. That's what we're doing. And so that was a really great session I had with myself of meditation and silence, and then writing down what I've been up to and why I felt the way I did today. And I have to tell you, I'm back. It gave a contrast. So when you think about letting go and abundance, basically you're learning to feel the difference during the day between the two. There are days when I feel up and down, where progress is not linear. You'll hear people say this all the time, where you have good days and then there are days when you have to consolidate. I talk about the consolidation all the time, where you have to consolidate, and then during that time, your foundations of your values hold that price of your stock high or up for consolidation, and then you move forward again the next day or the day after, however long it takes for you to reflect and integrate what you're learning. This is a huge integration right here. All right, and I hope this has helped people as we're 20 minutes into the video. I didn't plan on going this long, but that's okay. Hopefully everybody's hanged in there with me and learned something, and some of this has resonated with you. This is how we improved our own quality of life, and we resonate with one another. We build our community of a regenerative civilization out there. That's what we're trying to do, level each other up, right? Share our experiences. All right, so basically you're learning to feel the difference. During the consolidation phase, you feel like shit, like what did I actually learn? Am I really slipping back into bullshit? In reality, your higher self is holding you accountable. You sit with your feelings and emotions and you learn about them. This is what you're learning. Sit in silence. Silence is key. And in doing that, you're learning about the contrast between where you once were and where you're not going to sit anymore. And then you bring yourself back through silence, through meditation. You bring yourself back and recognize that's the difference between where I'm at now and where I used to be. That's contrast. 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I had a serious problem where this person avoided me and detached or discarded, and it left me in an emotional wreck for a minute, and it hurt very badly. But there's a problem, and your brain automatically wants to get to the contrast or the solution to the problem, whatever it is. This goes with your professional and personal relationships outside of romance. Okay? So there's a contrast. It's showing you where you want to be or where you are compared to where you once were. And we do not go back there. Now you see what that's like. And in the moments where you find yourself and thinking about reunion with this person, you realize the importance of letting go. What if you have, so what if this person contacts you? Who's to say that you even need to pick up at all? And that's what it comes down to. Who's to say that you even need to pick up at all, ever again? Because when you level up, when it comes down to it, you're going to realize that you took the higher path. And this is the beauty of where you go from here. I love to keep my edge. I love to be in great shape. I'm in phenomenal shape right now. I love myself. I love that my self-love is a foundation for everything that is to be moving forward in my life, and that nobody can take that from me. And that is the difference between gaining confidence by performing well, and in the moments when you think you failed because you didn't perform to some standard, you didn't allow that performance to determine or define the value of who you are. Does that make sense? And that's real power that government legislation can't buy. or give you. That's real power. That's real sovereignty. That's real authority that nobody can take from you. And the moment that you start to slip and feel those emotions and you identify them, you're able to see that contrast. And you have the proper techniques used to bring yourself back and ground yourself. You'll hear these words. If you keep watching avoidant videos, you're going to hear these words: sovereignty, grounding, bringing yourself back to who you are right now, unraveling yourself. It feels like you're anxious, unraveling a little bit. You're falling apart from your higher self. No, 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 no. You're unraveling up a spiral staircase. If you're continuing to listen to my content, you have that fire within you. That's the Fitness and Health Investment Initiative. That's the logo, the man standing next to the flame. You have that fire within you, and it's infinite. It's way bigger than your body. It emanates all across the world in entanglement, in entrainment, in synchronicities. The natural laws of the universe, ladies and gentlemen. That's the power you have within you. Energy is light. Light is energy. It is within you. It's that flame. It's that burning flame. It's a metaphorical flame that is bigger than anything that the body can contain. It can't be contained. It emanates. It vibrates. That's that emotional state that we align with to be who we are. And it was this avoidant attachment, that attachment, it was the avoidant discard that led you down that path. We as coaches go through it too. So hopefully that helped you. And I wish everybody peace, love, and joy out there in the world as we wrap up a really, really productive day. You struggle through the day at some point, ups and downs with the emotions. You're like, what gives, man? Did I not learn anything? And then as you sit patient, the day doesn't end until you sit in silence, man. And that's what it's all about. So everybody have a great night. And yeah, until next time, this is really powerful stuff. Keep in mind, you're learning to feel the difference during the day between the two, that contrast between primal and powerful state. Primal used to be normal, and your higher self is now rejecting it and saying, hey, you've leveled up. Congratulations. Let's not rest on our laurels. Let's build. That's where you go from here. You transcend, you build. We rise above the mainstream of consciousness. That's what it's all about. All right, peace.